Good day, KaPrimers. Welcome to Primer Pod, Primer Insider, your inside look at the latest Primer happenings. Watch out for other episodes of Primer Pod at KaPrimer Hub under Primer Passion. For this day, I am your host Alex, and our guest for today is Dr. Roy, our in-house doctor,
Hi
to talk about
guys.
things about health and especially COVID and boosters. Kumusta na?
Hi Sir Alex. It's nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me over for this primer podcast.
So anong latest sa'yo?
Ang latest sir, yun, I actually finished my masters already. I finished masters in public health. So hopefully the training that we got there can be applied here in primer also so that we can enhance our health programs.
Yeah, that's good. My mom also finished master's in public health way back in the 80s.
Oh, wow. Talagang
And
I mean now it's very evident how important public health is,
yeah,
So it wasn't really given much lighting previously, but after the COVID pandemic happened, nakita nila how important public health is. So, yun, let's hope for the best and let's see what is to come next, no.
yeah. On the HR side naman, dami nating plano, especially with regards to mental health,
Yes, exactly.
physical well-being.
Ayun. So guys, you should abangan nyo no na maraming pakulo ang HR and yung clinic when it comes to your health and wellness. So marami kaming programs, so just be ready for it.
Yeah. Talking about mental health, di ba? Naging batas na siya dati pa.
Yes sir, it's
Pero naging lax lang yung pag-implement nila when COVID hit, di ba?
actually sir 2018 nung naging batas siya talaga. But yun nga, it took time for corporations and other areas wherein kailangan yung mental health. Um, it took time, no? It took time for them to implement it. It took time for people to actually acclimatize to the law. Pero now it's being pushed. It's actually one of the focus now, mostly of DOLE and other government agencies.
Yeah. Going back naman to COVID, based on our statistics, I think we are already at 97% or 98% vaccinated for
Yes.
KaPrimers, di ba?
Okay, tama. Okay. So for COVID, no. Currently we have cases, no, but it's not that much compared to how it was before. Which is a good thing. It means that we're able to control the spread of transmission. As for the vaccinations, yes, sir, we're at 97, if I'm not mistaken, 98% fully vaccinated. That's the first and the second primary and secondary doses of your vaccines. Unfortunately, I'm still pushing, no, for our employees to get their booster shots because I think we're at 44% at the moment.
Yeah,
So
slightly higher than the national average
yeah,
of
it's higher, but
43%.
sir, we want to achieve at least a 70% in booster
Yes.
booster rates para po we know that primer is fully protected.
Yeah. Sa palagay mo, bakit hindi nagpapa-booster yung ibang tao?
Um, of course, vaccine fear is still there, no? Hindi mawala 'yon. But it would always fall down on how they understand why the booster is needed. No, we have to remember that vaccines, they don't last for a lifetime. It's not like your other vaccines where in one shot it's good for the rest of your lives. But for flu vaccines like which is COVID is actually a flu. COVID vaccine is actually a flu vaccine. Ano? After a while, our antibodies slowly decline, and it needs your booster doses to push it up in a level where it can protect you. So yun, I think that's more than anything else. It's how they understand the boosters. No? Baka akala nila it's just another pakulong ng government, but no, it's actually a medical thing. No,
May observation ako dyan. Tandaan mo nung panahon ng December, January, nung nag-hit yung Omicron, ang dami nagpapabakuna, ang dami nagpapabooster. It's not because they want to get boosted, but it's because of the scare.
yes sir.
Nakakatakot
Kasi
dahil ang
they got
taas
scared.
nung,
They got
ang
scared.
taas nung nung infection rate.
So now na push
Ngayon,
sila,
bumaba,
medyo lax na naman
naging
tayo.
lax sa mga tao.
Yun nga, we don't want a repeat of what happened last January, no? So, kami as health professionals, we're really pushing people to actually have their vaccines. In fact, I think they rolled out the booster for 12 to 17 years old already, and then now they're allowing the second booster for those with comorbids and those working the front lines. So to be honest, while it's still free, let's avail of it. Kasi eventually, magiging, ano na yan, para siyang si flu vaccine that we have to pay yearly for it. So while it's still free, while the government is still, supplying the medications for us, let's take it. I mean, that's part of our rights as Filipino citizens also. So, yeah,
Binanggit ka kanina na as time goes by, the efficacy or the effectivity of the vaccine goes
goes
down.
down.
Tell us more about that.
Ayun. So, okay. So, what the vaccine does, no, it elicits an immune response sa
Mhm.
katawan natin. So, it mimics the virus. In fact, it mimics the virus. That's why it pushes na mag-create ng yung immune system natin na antibodies against the virus. So that's what it does. That's what the vaccine does. But eventually, over time, it goes down because nawawala na rin yung, kumbaga, yung
Walang
signal.
forever.
Oh, walang forever. Tsaka walang signaling, yung signaling factor niya kung saan para mag-produce ng antibodies nawawala. Na degrade ng katawan natin, especially for younger people who have a higher metabolism, no. So nade-degrade yan. So we need to have another shot wherein it can push our immune system to actually give another blast of antibodies. So far the studies naman, are are good, no, when it comes to boosters, and hopefully yung second booster i-roll out na rin for the general public.
Let's zero in kung bakit ayaw magpa-booster nung mga ka-primer natin. Meron bang mga tinatawag na maling paniniwala or maling myth? Yung tinatawag myth, meron bang mga ganon?
Yes, actually, there's a lot of myths, no, when it comes to vaccines. And it's not just exclusive for COVID, but for other vaccines as well. They fear na baka merong transformation na mangyari, especially with the production
Nadidinig
of
ako na magiging zombie ka daw.
yes, yung sa mRNA, what do you call it, mRNA vaccines, because it's in a genetic level, they feel na mapapalitan yung genetic code mo, which will transform you to something else. Yung magkakatatlo daw yung mata nyo or something. But of course, it's true. I mean, hindi naman yan i-roll out sa buong mundo if it has that adverse effect, no. Pinaka side effect natin sa vaccine talaga, which we saw over the last 2 years, is yung allergies talaga. Di naman maiiwasan. There will be a group of people who will have reactions, no, allergic responses dun sa bakuna. Even nga sa gamot, meron nga tayong kilala dito, paracetamol, nagkaka-allergy pa eh. So, it's we wouldn't want to say it's a normal thing, but it's common, no, hindi na mawawala na meron talagang may ganun response. And then of course, as yung para dun sa population, very small population na yun, we will always find a way to protect them in other ways, no. Kung hindi talaga sila pwedeng magkaroon ng bakuna. Ngayon, yung sinasabi nila, isa pang fear is that you would develop other diseases.
Bagong sakit.
Yeah.
Mga bagong sakit.
So far, sir, studies-wise, wala pang nakita, wala pang naitala na because of the vaccine na nagkaroon ng sakit or namatay because of the vaccine. Ano. So, yun, sir.
Okay. Para mahikayat natin yung mga ka-primers natin magpa-booster, no? What are 3 major benefits that you can tell our ka-primers, to convince them to get themselves boosted?
So, the benefits, no? More than anything else, siguro, we remember how it was 2 years, 3 years ago when the COVID pandemic started, no? We don't want a repeat of that. We don't want to stay, especially here sa Primer. Ang dami kong kilala dito. Very, very outgoing, tsaka mga
Sociable.
ayun, sociable. They're very sociable and they don't want to stay at home. They don't want to be locked up, especially maraming sa atin very outdoorsy pa, no. So siguro first benefit is that you'll have the freedom that you want, no, that you can go out,
Talking from an extrovert.
so extrovert ka pala, sir.
Sobra, 85.
Talaga. Anyway, so yun, no? So you'll have the freedom. You have the freedom, maybe not as much as how it was before kasi hindi pa naman talaga nawawala yung sakit, but enough freedom for you to enjoy things that you used to enjoy before, no? Mahirap naman na mabalik tayo sa alert level sa lockdown. Next is protection for your family also. It's not just you eh. I mean the younger ones, they're not scared because they have stronger immune system. But what you bring inside the house can actually cause a lot of things, no? So yun yung iniiwasan natin. Even prior to pandemic, flu and other agents that can actually cause pneumonia is the major major uh, cause of death, no, for elderly. So yun ang iniiwasan natin. So now with COVID around and how fast it could actually spread, we're trying to prevent that. And yung pangatlo siguro, ano na lang sir,
Peace of mind?
peace of mind. Yung malaking bagay yung peace of mind eh.
Yeah.
Um,
At saka yung iba nagkakaroon ng depression dahil tinamaan, kung di man sila, may kapamilya sila na
yes.
tinamaan.
Totoo, sir.
And that caused even severe depression in some. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I mean, the clinic sometimes will have employees coming in and talking about what happened to them. Until now, they still have the fear of COVID, fear of exposure, mabilis magpanic, yung minsan may paranoia ng ano, may marinig lang siyang umuubo, may pupunta sa clinic and then patest na. Sabi ko, nga lang, unfortunately, our testing is, case-to-case basis. Hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-indiscriminate na testing. So, yun. Yeah, it actually affects our mental health. And it's not just the COVID itself, but being on a lockdown. So, in general, no? So, malaking effect yan sa pag-iisip ng tao. So, yun. Siguro those are the three major benefits that I know our KaPrimers would relate to.
So there you have it, our KaPrimers. Mga three major benefits of getting yourself boosted, as mentioned by Dr. Roy. First is your freedom. Freedom to be able to do things because you are protected. Number two, protection for yourself and for your family so that when you go home, you are ensured na wala kang bit-bit na sakit. And lastly is on the third one is peace of mind. Peace of mind for you, for your fellow ka-primers, for the entire working community, at syempre peace of mind na rin sa bahay ninyo. So yun, napakagandang
Yeah.
thank you very much sa sharing na yun.
Thank you, sir, for
May
having me.
gusto ka pang idagdag?
Siguro, ang dadagdag ko na lang, yun nga, I would just always remind everyone to always wear your masks. Sometimes I would see our employees na nakakalimutan. But remember, all these things are for the protection of yourself and your co-employees so that we may enjoy our lives, as we transition to a better standing after COVID.
Thank you very much, Doc Roy, for
Thank you,
those,
sir. Thank you,
for
sir
those
Alex.
insights. So with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. Join us again next time as we deliver the latest activities and changes happening inside Primer. Thank you to our guest, Dr. Roy. This is Alex for Primer Pod, Primer Insider. KaPrimers, be sure to check out other episodes of Primer Pod at the KaPrimer Hub, and you can find it under Primer Passion. Goodbye, everyone, and see you next time.
Bye, guys. See you around.
See you.